many weapons, man.
The views and opinions expressed by guests and/or comments are those of the persons who submitted them and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of In the Clutch Sports Talk and More podcast. Any content provided by guests are of their opinion and are not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company of any individual or anyone or anything.
It's that time of the year, you know what I'm talking about. Crank up on the dial.
Here's what I'm going to say to you. Keep that same energy next week.
No, I'm going to keep the same energy, man. I'm telling you, and we will beat the New York Giants. I'm guaranteeing it right here.
No, you said it was three things that was guaranteed. Death, taxes, and the Cowboys beating the New York Football Giants.
Look, go. Matter of fact, if you can go back and pull up that clip and give them a snippet of that, that's exactly what I said.
I'm so ready for next week. I'm so ready for next week. We're going to have the same energy next week.
We might need to have JC call in, man, once we get that victory coming up, man, next Tuesday, man. I invite all the Cowboys fans to either call in or
JC can come on the show. I'll send him the link. He can come on the show. Only if y'all win. If y'all lose, we ain't gonna hear nothing from him. So that's my invitation. If y'all win, JC, come on the show. And while we at it,
I want your cousin. Reach out to your cousin Tim. I want him on the show. It's gonna be a whole show about the Dallas Cowboys making the playoffs.
Oh my goodness.
I want all the Cowboy fans to call in.
We don't have too many y'all on here. He in that. No. Oh, you okay? You can come on the show if y'all win. If you lose, you can call in. How that sound? Well,
so you with the shit, huh?
Welcome to In the Clutch Sports Talk and More podcast. I am your host, D. Early. I am joined by my co-host, T. We gonna get him next year, Will. What's going on, T. Will? Woo! What's up, man?
What's going on, man?
Come on now.
What do you mean? Let's get to the first topic, man.
The first topic is the Dallas Cowboys.
The Dallas Cowboys, huh? Hey, the better team won, man. What more do you want to know? The Giants' defense was outstanding. We had our chances to win. The better team won.
Oh man, you can do better than that, Terry.
It is what it is, man.
Don't let me down.
No, it is what it is, man. The Giants played a hell of a game, but the Giants are sitting right next to me too. So,
come on, Will.
If I ain't mistaken, I think the 49ers are too. So we all in the same boat, man. We all in the same boat.
Oh man, I was looking for that same energy, man.
Oh, I got the same energy, man. I'm telling the whole world, congratulations to Giants Nation. You deserve the victory. Your defense was outstanding. Played a hell of a game. You deserve to win. But at the end of the day, you still sit on the couch with me.
Well, Rod told me, he's a New York Giants fan. He told me to tell you, death, taxes, and what? How about them Cowboys?
Okay. I'll take it. Ain't nothing I can do but take it today. I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, okay. I mean, it kind of go back. It kind of go back to what I told you from the beginning with your coach, Mike McCarthy. Man,
it ain't got nothing to do with it. Get out of here with that, man.
Mike McCarthy ain't the answer, man. I'm telling you, he blew y'all game. I mean, how you looking at the Jumbotron and you see this obviously is not a catch and you don't throw the red flag?
That one play didn't lose us the game, man.
That one play did lose you the game.
No, that one play.
That one play did lose you the game.
Their defensive line imposed their will. They had 6 sacks on us.
Okay.
Especially they were good. They were good when we were down in the red zone. So we had our chances to win the ball game. We didn't get it done. Now, why don't you dissect your 49ers and what they did and they had to lead?
Because we're not talking about the 49ers. We're talking about the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, we're talking about it now. We're talking about it now. At least we never did lead that our ball game. You guys had to lead over Seattle and they walked you down again and you lost. So let's talk about the 49ers.
This show is dedicated. You said we're gonna spend the whole hour talking about the Dallas Cowboys.
And we can. All you gotta do is ask me questions.
So don't be
I'm gonna answer them. We good, baby. We good. But you need to sweep around. You need to sweep around your own front door before you sweep around mine.
I already swept my front door.
No, you ain't swept.
I already told you last week. We didn't have anything to play for. We knew we didn't have a chance to make the playoff. We didn't have a chance to make the playoff. We didn't have a chance. So it wasn't.
Okay. You just like Marty. Marty gonna sit up there and tag me on posts and tell me the Cowboys didn't make the playoffs, blah, blah, blah. But he never did say, my boys lost too. I ain't never seen nobody that wants to talk about somebody else. That's what true hatred is all about. When you worried about somebody else's team and not worried about your own, and your own team ain't even as good as the team you're talking about. So, I have a big problem with that. So that's really, really true haterism.
Oh, well, that's on him. That ain't on me.
Yeah, that's you too.
I'm just saying.
You just go undercover and subtle with yours.
No, you said last week, you guaranteed that y'all would win. And I told you, I said, well, okay, that's fine. Keep that same energy for next week. I'm just trying to keep the energy up.
Well, what I'm trying to figure out is why don't you use the same energy and all these clippings and snippets that you're taking time out to do and all these sound checks and all this stuff. Why don't you do that with other shows when we're trying to get better?
I will. I do.
No, you spend a whole damn day trying to get clips together and me talking and what I'm saying and all this bullshit, and you want to sit up there and do the same thing we talk about other times.
You'll say I didn't say that.
No, I wouldn't sit up there and say that.
You'll say I ain't say that.
I don't lie on the show like some others.
I don't lie. I tell the truth. Yeah. That's one of the policies. You got to tell the truth on this show.
Okay.
Just like I tried to tell you about your coach. I told you Mike McCarthy ain't the answer.
Mike McCarthy ain't the problem.
Mike McCarthy is part of the problem with the Cowboys.
He's not the problem, man.
You telling me
that man went through a host of injuries, no training camp with the pandemic and all that type of stuff right there. I ain't finna blame him and throw him up under the bus for that after 1 year.
So you gonna say he didn't blow the game when he didn't throw the red flag?
Man, that flag.
Was it a catch?
I gotta tell you that one play did not cost us the game. We was inside the 20. We was inside the 20 on 3 different occasions and didn't push it in.
Was it a catch?
And neither one of them had to do with this flag that you talking about.
Was it a catch?
That ain't got nothing to do with it, man.
Was it a catch?
That ain't got nothing to do with it.
No, I'm asking you a question. Was it a catch?
I'm not going to keep trying to answer loaded questions. I'm not going to do that. Let's talk about what the Cowboys didn't do. Mike McCarthy is not on the field.
They didn't throw the flag. That's what they didn't do. Mike McCarthy, and same thing he was doing in Green Bay. It was obviously a drop. It was not a catch. It was not a catch. All he had to do was throw the flag, and then that would have put the Giants, either they would have had to punt or it would have been an extremely long field goal.
And when you get through talking, we still had 3 times in the red zone. We had 3 times in the red zone that either the quarterback threw an interception or we didn't get any points out of it.
Here's the difference. Here's the difference. When you get down inside, when you get in the red zone and you down 4 points versus being down only 1 point, then you can run the ball or do whatever and just kick the field goal to win instead of having to go for a touchdown.
And what I'm saying is, if you would have if you would have capitalized on those 3 inside the 20 attempts, the play you talking about wouldn't even matter. You're talking about a potential 21 points, 3 touchdowns, but we ended up getting a field goal.
You play the game. You play the game. And y'all got the ball down on the what yard line? Y'all was inside. Y'all was what, first and goal?
I tell you what. Let's dissect the 49ers. Let's dissect. How you know so much about what we doing? How you know?
Because I'm watching the game because we were supposed to talk about the Dallas Cowboys this hour. That's what I'm saying. You got to keep that same energy. When I tell you something, you need to start listening to what I'm telling you. Your coach blew the game.
You ain't talking about nothing. Game plan your 49ers, man. Game plan your 49ers, man.
Your coach blew the game.
Coach didn't blow the game.
Why you want to admit that?
Next question.
Why you want to admit that?
Next question.
Look, we 13 minutes into the show. Where JC at? Where JC at? He had all these comments and stats.
It don't matter. I can handle it for JC. Don't worry about it.
I tell you? I told you last week we wouldn't hear from him. We wouldn't hear from him.
We fine. Well, are we here to talk about other football teams besides the Cowboys?
I got a special guest that he had some words that he wanted to send out to Cowboy Nation.
Didn't I tell you? It was just a matter of time. I told everybody, just wait, be patient. What can't go wrong will go wrong. And sure enough, those Cowboys didn't let me down. I tried to tell you, didn't I? Now, I reckon you guys, you Cowboy fans out there, a little bit hurt right now. I understand. Because over the last couple of weeks when y'all won some games, y'all ignored that sub-500 record. You ignored that porous defense. You ignored all of it. Because you said, hey, even though it's the NFC least, it's still a division. And as a result, we gonna end up in the playoffs. That's what you thought, didn't you? That's what you thought, didn't you?
No, you know what? Let me just say this. I don't like to brag because I'm the type of person I know how I feel when your team take a L and all of that, and I understand how T Will is feeling right now. I really do. But when you say I'm gonna bring that same energy, hey, you put me to task to put it on you. So when I gotta put it on you, I gotta put it on you. Because if the shoe was on the other foot, he wouldn't let me off. I guarantee you, he wouldn't let me off. So I'm gonna give my co-host a little time to simmer down. I'm gonna give him a little time to calm down because I understand how he feel, and you know. And we didn't give a shout out to Lily Mae. The show got started off so fast, so I want to make sure we give a shout out to the official sponsor of the In the Clutch Sports Talking More podcast, Lily Mae. Get your Lily Mae. We had a coupon code, but that ended December the 31st. We had a flash sale on January the 2nd. So the discounts and sales are off right now. But right now, we need to take a quick commercial break and we'll come right back. And hopefully my co-host, he'll be a little calmed down by then and we can proceed with the show. And I think we might need to just jump up off these Cowboys because he ain't gonna be able to take this for no whole hour. But we'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
Elite Legacy Logistics. Rise and shine. Let's grind. Are you a carrier? Tired of doing all the hard work yourself? Let me help with that. Are you aspiring to become a truck driver? I can help with that too. Join this $800 billion industry. Let me do the hard work so you don't have to. The best is the least that we can do. Call or text 954-414-7115. You can also email us at info@elitelegacy.net. Got a truck? We have loads. Must have valid MC number. Are you in need of a professional yard service? Call Ernest Payne at Payne's Lawn Service. He provides a quote and a free estimate for gutter cleaning, leaf removal, mulching, flower beds, edging, family plots, and fallen limb removal. No job is too small for Ernest Payne. He can be reached at 901-620-7469.
And we are back. Let's move on. Let's talk about some playoff football. We got some wild card games coming up this week.
Good.
We got some wild card games coming up this weekend, and I don't know which game you think the most interesting one to you, Terry. To me, it's Baltimore versus Tennessee. I just Tennessee knocked them out last year in Baltimore, and it's reversed this year. Baltimore is going to Tennessee, so I don't know, man. I'm kind of going for Baltimore.
Well, if I had to sit up there and choose a game, man, it'd probably be the Indy game.
They're playing Buffalo.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I really think that game is going to be intriguing, and I think it's going to be much closer. I think that Buffalo will win the game, man. But I promise you, it's going to be. Well, I can't be doing no promising, but I think it'll be real close, man. I just really think that Indy's defense, man, and that running back they got, man, and especially after what I saw. I know they played Houston yesterday, but that guy's been lighting it up all year. And I just think that if you really want to watch a game, I think that would be an intriguing one to watch. And I would be surprised if the Buffalo Bills were upset.
So that would be the number 2 seed getting upset by the number 7 seed, right?
Yeah.
Not saying that it couldn't happen. Not saying that it couldn't happen. But I just think, man, Buffalo been playing lights out. I think they lost what, maybe one game since they lost to Kansas City, if that. And the way they defense been playing, and the way the offense just been, I mean, they hung 56 on Miami, and Miami got a good defense. They hung 56 on Miami, and the quarterback.
But you can't put that all on Miami's defense, man. When your offense is in there and not doing anything, I just don't think. I think Tua is long-term answer for him, but not currently. I just think that they probably should have finished the year out with Fitz. They would have played a lot better, man. The running game and putting Tua in those situations, man.
He was out. He was out.
Yeah, I know he was out, but I'm just saying, if he wasn't out due to COVID, I'm willing to bet you that Fitz would have played the majority of that game, and I don't think it would have been as much of a blowout because, I mean, they were going 3 and out all day long. I mean, Miami didn't have any kind of run game. Tua is still timid back there. I just think it would have been a different ball game. I just think that 56 is an anomaly, and you can't just really look at that in the overall picture.
So now, do we second guess Miami with drafting Tua?
No. That's what I just said. I think Tua is the right guy for him long term, but keep in mind they got arguably the strongest division out there. So you got Miami, Buffalo, even New England to a lesser extent. But I'm just saying that whole division over there, man. Even with the Jets, ended with winning 2 out of the last 3 games. They were playing a lot better, and they actually could have won 2 or 3 more games that season. They were competitive. They weren't always getting blown out, even with the injuries and all that. So I just think they had a tough division period, and Tua was just learning pains. And he'll be fine. He'll be fine. He's not ready for the Buffalo Bills at this point.
Of the 3 top quarterbacks this year, you got Justin Herbert, you got Joe Burrows, which I wish he could have finished out the season to see what he would have ended up doing because, and you had, of course, Tua. But Justin Herbert broke the rookie record for touchdowns or something. So I'm looking at him and I'm saying, would he have been a better fit for Miami?
Oh, hell yeah. But you know what? That guy is a beast, man, and that guy's going to be a special quarterback. But let's take a look at this because I know hindsight is 20/20. But the only reason this guy got the job in the first place is because Tyrod had that unfortunate incident that he had when he was injured. And the guy came in and played lights out, and the rest is history. But what happened if Tyrod wouldn't have got hurt? The coach had already said, barring any kind of injury, that Tyrod was going to be the quarterback going into that season.
Yeah, going into the season, because they probably wanted to put him up on his wing and let him mentor him a little bit. But Justin Herbert was going to eventually be the starter.
No, I get that. But what I'm saying is the whole body of work that you're looking at right now, we wouldn't have seen the total body of work because he probably wouldn't have gotten a chance to start to maybe week 7, week 8 or something like that. Well, he really got a chance to play the whole season. So you got a chance to see that full body of work and what's special about it.
Yeah, it's sad for Tyrod because I was kind of pulling for him. I was pulling for him and the coach, to be honest. But like you said, hindsight is 20/20. I mean, I think Cincinnati made the right pick with getting Joe Burrows because I think he probably broke that record if he wouldn't have got hurt. Cincinnati, man. It's just Cincinnati just one of them teams, man. They kind of like the Jets. That's why the Jets getting the second pick this year instead of the first pick. I know Trevor Lawrence, he probably happy.
But you know what? I'm proud of Cincinnati, the coaching staff, the players. They never did quit. They stayed competitive, man. I know it may not look like it with the record that they had, but they stay competitive, and that's all you can ask for. You know,
Well,
whatever you got out there, just give it your best. And we're gonna talk about a little bit later in the show about a team that did just the opposite. That didn't do their best with what they had.
that's coaching. That's coaching. But let's get back. We got all off the subject. Let's get back to this wild card weekend. Like I said, most of the games you pretty much. I mean, you saying Indy over Buffalo, Indy beat Buffalo. I'll be shocked. That'll be a big upset to me because I just think Buffalo. I'm thinking Buffalo gonna give Kansas City a run for their money. That's just what I'm thinking.
That's the only team. That's the only team that's gonna give Kansas City a run for their money is Buffalo.
And how
way that Buffalo gets upset, don't forget about them Steelers, man. I know they're not playing good, but don't you count them out. Don't you count them out.
How unlucky is Buffalo? The year that they get the number 2 seed, they don't get a bye week.
Well, to be honest with you, I think that's a blessing in disguise. I don't think they need a bye week. I think that the like you said, as good as they've been playing and the momentum they've been having, I don't think they should stop that. I mean, I'm one of the people that tell if you're banged up and you're hurt or you're mentally exhausted, I think a bye week would be good for you. But to me, on the other hand, I feel like it can hurt you when your team is running like a well-oiled machine and you're playing perfect and you're gaining momentum every week. I don't think they need one. I think it's better for them that they didn't get one.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. And they are, I guess you can say, as healthy as you can expect to be at this time of the year. I mean, you always want that extra week of rest though, just to because you know it's a 3 week. Well, no, because you get a bye week in between the end of the playoffs and the Super Bowl. But I don't know, man. It's I don't know, but it is what it is. So I think it's exciting for the NFL this weekend, though. You got six marquee games.
3 Saturday and 3 Sunday, man. I'm actually looking forward to it. Some great football, and I'm just glad that we got through the regular season, you know, without any kind of major concerns dealing with the COVID.
Yeah, and you know, we said Buffalo was the only team that might really threaten Kansas City. I'm telling you though, man, I'm be honest with you. And I don't like Baltimore, but Baltimore, we better watch them because I think their confidence will grow, and I think they might pull something this year. I think the NFL rooting for them for some reason because everything been back in their favor this year.
I'll tell you one thing: if they go ahead and just get a spy, I know it's easier said than done. Get a spy on that quarterback. I'm telling you, I know Dobbins been running the ball pretty good, but I still think there's still some chinks in that armor, man. I still think that you don't have to double team any one of their wide receivers or anything like that. Ain't nobody that extra special. They're all good and admirable, but nobody's out there. You really can play straight up with them and stop that running game and have somebody to keep an eye on the quarterback, man. And I don't think Baltimore, if they do win a game, to me, I don't think they'll win with one. And it could be a chance they could be one and done because I'm taking the Tennessee Titans from what I've seen with that ball control and Henry. If they continue to block for Henry like that, it's a chance that Tennessee will be back in the AFC Championship.
There's just something about Tennessee this year, man. It's like they go from looking awesome to looking awful from week to week. So that's why I say I give Baltimore a chance. I mean it's I don't know. And then you got the revenge factor from last year and all of that. The only other game it's 2 other games I'm interested in. I'm interested in. I know you're gonna laugh and I know you're gonna say this what you talking about. The Washington Redskins against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's a dangerous game for Tampa Bay. And the only reason
very dangerous.
The only reason I say that they got the pass rush that can get to Tom Brady, and we all know if you rattle him early, you got a chance of beating them.
And not only that, that ain't nothing I'm gonna laugh at you about because I was gonna sit up there and say the same thing. I mean, that's a trap game. That's a trap game for them because Washington can play defense and they also can run the ball. They're back running the ball, and they got their general back. Alex Smith he's the perfect person to manage a ball game. They're not asking him to go out there and throw for 300 game management. And when I think about him, I think about guys that's won the Super Bowl in the past being just like him, like a Trent Dilfer for Baltimore back in the day.
Why Trent Dilfer come to mind?
Yeah. Trent Dilfer was the ultimate game manager, man. He got out there and had the easiest job in the world, man. Just don't turn the ball over. We're not asking you to throw for 300 yards. We're not asking you to throw for 3 or 4 touchdowns, but it's all about ball control. And Tampa Bay's defense is, to me, still suspect. Even though they put up 45, I think they gave up like 26, 27 points Sunday. So I'm still not impressed with their defense, and I just still think that Washington with their defense and ball control, it wouldn't surprise me if they upset the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I agree. The only other game I'm interested in is the Cleveland-Pittsburgh game. I know it's a repeat of this past weekend, but that wasn't Pittsburgh. That was like second string, whatever. So
that ain't gonna be close, man. That ain't don't you even worry about that. The way Cleveland performed with all their guns back and Pittsburgh sitting just about everybody, it shouldn't even been that close. Trust me, Pittsburgh will win by double digits against the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns did good to get to the playoffs the first time since in the last 15, 20 years. So kudos to them. Kudos to the coaching staff. Baker Mayfield is looking much better and all that. But the Steelers didn't have all their horses, and I'm telling you, it's one and done for the Cleveland Browns.
Mason Rudolph really did a good job.
I'm not saying that he did, but he's not being.
That might be a no comment. No comment.
He's not being.
Hold on. We got a phone call.
Man, you playing all this shit. You did videos. You got folks calling in. You got Stephen A.
Hello?
You got everything.
Hey, turn your listening device down because we're getting the feedback. Is this who I think it is?
Yes, sir.
Lump Dog, what up?
Not much there, man. How's it going?
It's going.
You and T get them next year. Will, how y'all doing today?
Hey, we doing good. This my guy Lump from the Marine Corps. This my Marine Corps dog right here. He's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan.
Now, you shouldn't have started off with that early because you know how T get them next year will feel about your devil dogs.
I know, right? He don't like none of them, especially JG. He can't stand JG.
First and foremost, I want to start off, if I could, by giving a shout out to them get them next year Cowboys.
This was not pre-planned, Terry. I promise you it wasn't.
Yeah, okay.
I see he calmed down a little bit. I'm glad you changed the topic. He came back to his senses. That was a good prediction, though. I'd like to give you T-Will on that Cleveland game with the Pittsburgh Steelers, first and foremost. Now, if I could we go back to the topic that y'all was discussing about Mike McCarthy and the fit for the Dallas Cowboys?
Let's talk about it.
I feel as though the subject that you brought up about him being a problem in Dallas. Now, T. Will brought up a very good point, not being able to have a preseason and all the practices with COVID. That is a very good point. But my point is, how can you pick a coach who had, I hate to say it because I live in Wisconsin, possibly one of the best quarterbacks of all time, Aaron Rodgers.
That bad man.
And he was labeled as being very archaic but yet you bring him to the Dallas Cowboys. How can you proceed to think he is a good fit? That's the question that I have for the co-host.
Well, I was hoping you was listening in the beginning. I see you devil dogs have the same issue with hearing. But like I said up there and advised the audience earlier, along with Daryl, I told them Mike McCarthy is not. You can say he's archaic and all that. This guy was out for 2 years, re-energized, looking at things a totally different way. And no matter what you say and where you stay, this guy was on Green Bay and had a hell of a record. No matter how archaic you said it was and all that, and he's also been a Super Bowl champion. So my thing is, so hold on, let me finish. So even with that being said, what the Cowboys have had to deal with over the last decade and what we had, I would have rather had you coaching the Cowboys than Jason Garrett. So if I can get a former Super Bowl winning coach to come over there, no matter how archaic he was, to come over there and lead the Cowboys over Jason Garrett, I'll do it again.
All right, not to cut you off, I don't know if you finished with that topic or
yes,
your little point, but my point is this. You said that he was off for 2 years. In those 2 years, wouldn't you rather him to go to another system that is not as archaic with the people that are running these new systems now and try to learn some new schemes and things? You can't pick up on new things. You can be a couch quarterback by sitting back at home, but you ain't learning new schemes and things by sitting at home and not working with these newer systems, T. Will.
Okay, and I got two things for you. Number one, stay out of Cowboys business. Number one. Number two, number two is, see, when people on the outside looking in, people don't realize that even though he's over there, he's still a puppet. He's still one of Jerry's puppets. He is not running the offense over there. I really think Kellen Moore should have hit the door. Keeping Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore got a 3-year extension.
No, Kellen Moore should have went out the door with Jason Garrett. It's just like
you line as the head coach.
Hold on, man. Look, I'm telling you, down in Dallas, Mike McCarthy is not calling the plays. Kellen Moore is calling the plays down there. Kellen Moore was calling the plays when Jason Garrett was there. Kellen Moore is part of the problem. If you close your eyes, you
got the red flag. Kellen Moore ain't got the red flag. Mike McCarthy got the red flag.
If you close your eyes, you'll swear for God that Jason Garrett was still coaching over there, because
they would have been at least 8-8 if Jason Garrett was there, and that would have been good enough to make the playoffs.
No, they wouldn't. They barely got 8-8 with Jason Garrett with a Dak Prescott for a full year. Ain't nowhere in the hell he would have won nowhere near no 8 games with no Dak Prescott.
With the comment of me staying out of the Dallas Cowboys business, you can't be calling yourself America's team and don't expect people in America to come at you when you're a subpar team year in and year out.
Okay, well, it ain't like your team playing hot, all that hot either. So you watch out, because like Daryl said, that same energy. Okay, well, you had that same energy next week, because if Cleveland beat you next week,
where yours gonna be at, T. Will?
Okay, I already know. I said what mine is gonna be. Do you see my name? Get them next year, Will. So I'm good with that. I'm talking about you right now. I'm talking about your Pittsburgh Steelers. So next week, let's see if Darren gonna have all these doodads and these special guests people coming in.
I'm gonna have that same energy you didn't have this week.
Yeah. Well, we gonna see.
Hold on. This the same guy. This the same guy. When I said something about Pittsburgh early in the year, they had a problem with it. They undefeated. How you gonna say something about them? They undefeated. This the same guy. This my stat guy. The stat guy right here.
He who laughs best. So let's wait till next week. Okay. When Pittsburgh they'll be eventually sitting on that couch too. They'll be eventually sitting on that couch. And what's the difference gonna be? Oh, all right, see, we're gonna start hearing stuff. Oh, we went further than y'all. It don't make no difference. It's only one winner and it's 31 losers.
I
Every year.
guarantee you this, T. Will. If y'all have me back on the show next week, same time, same bat channel, I guarantee you that my energy level won't be like yours.
Oh, it don't matter. Because you shouldn't have beat us this year. With our depleted team, y'all sit up there with some questionable calls. Y'all should have beat us this year.
Oh,
Could you come back again with that one, T. Will? I didn't hear that last part.
Do you need me to do sign language? You need me to write it down on a pencil and paper? I said you guys shouldn't have beat us this year.
Shouldn't have.
You guys had questionable calls. You guys, in the full strength, beat a Dakless team barely. And it took you to the last minute of the ball game to do that. So that's what your Pittsburgh Steelers is talking about.
Shouldn't we not been there this year, T. Will? We ran off 11 in a row.
I said when you played the Dallas Cowboys, are you listening? Get the wax out your ears.
Okay.
Woulda,
Let's
shoulda,
talk about that. Y'all should have lost to us. We beat the 49ers. We should have beat the Steelers. So both y'all
we should have beat y'all. We should have beat y'all.
Okay.
We didn't. But we didn't. But we didn't.
But I promise you one thing, ladies and gentlemen out there in that audience, they'll never get a chance to double team me again because I got a trick for them going forward.
Hold on. Wait a minute. No, it ain't. It shouldn't even be a double team.
Brothers, it's all fun and games, T. Will.
Look. No. It ain't no fun and games. He talking about, Terry, this wasn't really, man, he did, I know, girl, he proactive. He did all this shit all week to get ready for this week. So don't tell me it's all fun and games. It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun.
I was in the early living room when he was planning the format for the show. I'm just a fan.
I didn't even talk to Travis.
I'm just a fan.
He just called in, man.
Ain't nobody just called in here.
Another running across the screen. You can't be mad because
ain't nobody called in. You lying.
When they were double teaming me last week, it was all good. It was energy all on the show.
It was nice talking to you, Travis. We got another segment on the commercial coming up. Thanks for being on the show.
I appreciate you.
Y'all brothers have a good day. Thanks for having me on the show.
Anytime, Lump, anytime. Hey, look, where JC at? Where your backup at? I told you we wasn't gonna see none. I told you was not gonna see JC today. Let's take this quick commercial break and we'll be right back. Which one should let's go with this one.
Tanya Covington Realtor, a multi-million-dollar producer in the Mid-South since October 2000. She is an accredited buyer's representative, a seller's representative specialist, and committed to excellence. Tanya assists her clients with budgeting, home repairs, and the loan process, all the way to closing. Tanya exemplifies integrity, energy, hard work, and creative service in every detail of her real estate transaction. She has built a successful career in real estate for over 19 years in the Mid-South. Clients chose to work with Tanya for her full-service team, ethics, experience, and expertise. Her base is strong, full of loyal, repeat customers. And that is the reason Tanya has been so successful in this incredibly competitive sales environment. Tanya's extensive knowledge of the Mid-South residential real estate market is unparalleled. Her clients have consistently sought her advice and trusted her judgment on many deals. A woman of faith, family, and community. Tanya believes one is not defined by what he or she receives, but by what he or she gives. Please call Tanya anytime without obligation. She is ready to go to work for you today.
Tanya Covington, Treadwell alumni. Friend
What's up, Tanya? What's going on, Tanya? Look her up. Please look her up. All your housing needs over there. She's more than happy to help you with any questions you got and all that type of stuff and walk you through the process. I'm a firm believer because I was one of those clients.
Check out your home girl, 901-870-5337. That's in Tennessee and Mississippi. Hey, Tanya, how you doing, girl? How you doing? How you doing? Let's switch gears here. Let's we got some coaching vacancies in the NFL. Of the 6 coaching vacancies, that will be the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Los Angeles Chargers, the New York Jets, the Houston Texans, the Detroit Lions, and the Atlanta Falcons. Of those 6, T. Will, which one you think is the best position to be in?
I would say the Chargers.
If you was a coach and you could pick either one of them teams to go to, which one would you want to go to?
I would probably want to go to the Chargers.
Because of Justin Herbert.
Because of Justin Herbert, the offensive weapons they got, running back. They got 2 or 3 good running backs. I think they just need to work on the defense a little bit and some of their schemes and stuff. But I would definitely take the Chargers job.
I hate Anthony Lynn.
If I had a 1B, I probably would go over there with Deshaun Watson over there at Houston.
Yeah.
I mean, it would take a lot more work over there with Houston, but with a franchise quarterback that's young like he is, and he's lost a couple of offensive weapons during the year, man. But he seems like a Tom Brady type. No matter what weapons you give him, he finds them and he uses his legs good to get first downs and all that. So it was me, I would probably say Houston is a close second.
And he led the league in passing yards with 4,800 this year without DeAndre Hopkins.
That's what I'm saying. With that, and then I think he was out. Cooks was out for extended period of time, and this guy still did this, and I still had 500 yards rushing as a quarterback. I mean, what more can you ask for if you come into a situation and trying to get better? I mean, that guy was a special talent, man, and he would be my 1B.
I think Jacksonville looking up too with the number 1 pick. I mean, they didn't. I mean, if you look at Jacksonville, not by the record, but if you just look at them, they didn't really get blown out of too many games, and I'm sure they're going to pick Trevor Lawrence with the number 1 pick. So that's another good team to possibly go to. I hope Atlanta retains Raheem Morris. I hope they just give him, even if it ain't nothing but a 3-year deal or whatever it is, just to give him a chance to, to just be with the team in the off season and just go through a full season with him as the coach, because they definitely played better down the stretch with him.
He's done an outstanding job, and I would echo those sentiments. I think he's given them a new sense of energy in the locker room and all that. So I think he's did a hell of a job, and he deserves the opportunity to lead this team. And I would give him 2-3 years too to try to put his imprint in it and try to get him right away.
I don't think ownership is happy with him though.
For what reason?
They interviewed Eric Bieniemy yesterday.
Well, Eric Bieniemy, he deserves a shot. But what I'm saying is,
I want to go to Atlanta though.
He deserves a shot, and that's Mr. Blank's decision and his prerogative if he wants to start over anew or see something that he likes that he wants to. So it may be something behind the scenes, even though they're playing better. Maybe it's something else with Raheem that he doesn't like or whatever. But it's his decision, and I would give him another chance. But you still can't go wrong. Eric Bieniemy has been a good assistant in this league for years and deserves an opportunity to be over there with him. So
I want to see him. I want to see him with the Chargers with Justin Herbert.
Yeah, he's definitely a quarterback's coach. So that would definitely be a good spot for him. Yeah.
What do you think about Sam Darnold? You think the Jets should get rid of him?
That's going to be a tricky situation, man, because they're number 2 in the draft, right?
Right.
Now, the thing is, would you go get Fields? Now, if it was me personally, I think that Darnold has the capabilities to run a team. I just don't think he has the right coaching and the right people around him to do so. So if it was me, I would pick up that option on him, and I would actually, to be honest with you, it's a lot of teams down there that would love to trade up to get the Fields guy at quarterback. I would trade that pick and move down a few spots and get something to either help block for Donald. That's first and foremost. You get somebody in there that can train him and teach him, but also that can block for him and give him time. So it would definitely, I would move down in the draft and get offensive lineman. If not, somebody that can rush the pass.
Okay. What about the defense wasn't really too bad. But what about keep Darnold and get that wide receiver from Alabama? Instant threat.
No, that would be good too. But my thing is, well, yeah, I would probably have to do that. That wide receiver from Alabama, man, is something special. I don't see how you can actually pass on him, but you got to get the right coach in there. But
yeah, you got
who would the right coach be? Who would want to come over there to the Jets? The way that they've been handling things internally and all the dismay that they have over there, who would want to come there and take that position?
As long as it's not a recycled coach, I'm gonna be good with it. They need a young, offensive minded coach that can come in and work with Sam Darnold and get that offense going. Right now,
we'll trade Kellen Moore. We'll trade Kellen Moore for a future draft pick.
Kellen there, man. They look 3-year extension. They somebody believe in them.
No, that don't mean nothing. You know as well as I do, you can give people extension and get rid of them the next year. You see that happen right now with Wentz.
Yeah,
you see that right now with Wentz.
If they was gonna make a change, this would have been the time to make a change. And like I said, I just still feel like Mike McCarthy just ain't the answer in Dallas. I mean,
okay, well, let's quit going back to that. Let's keep going forward. Let's keep going forward.
You brought up Kellen Moore, so I just
I brought up Kellen Moore. But I didn't bring up coach. I didn't bring up the coach. I brought up Kellen Moore because we were talking about how people would fit over in other teams. So you're the one that's constantly bringing back up this coach thing.
No, hey, if you say Kellen Moore, that's Dallas. You brought it up, but let's go to our official sponsors. Which one we want to play? Let's play the old Lily Mae commercial. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Lily Mae handmade aromatherapy products offer several essential oil-based and fragrance-based products. Our line includes a myriad of body butter, creams, bath bombs, lip balms, and so much more. Our products are handmade with focal points of integrity, quality, and wellness. Add Lily Mae to your self-care routine and enjoy the benefits of aromatherapy.
And you and Fat Cat, Marty White, both of y'all, the 49ers, y'all team is as soft as your voice was on that damn commercial.
Man, what are you talking about?
You hear what I said?
I mean,
the same soft voice.
I mean,
it's the same thing about your team. But you know what? Before we go anywhere else, I got to get.
Are you lumping all us together, right? Because your team's soft too. If that's the case, we all sitting on the couch.
Hey, but I can admit mine. I can admit mine.
It was nothing for me to admit. I know what happened this year. I never had high when we all those injuries. I never had high expectations. We had a little 2 games where we were doing pretty good and looked like we might.
You say the same shit.
But I wasn't talking all this stuff about what Dallas was going to do. I guarantee we going to lines and this and that.
But I was a man that came back and said we lost and the better team won. So I'm a man because I talk the truth on this show.
Quit crying, dude. You keep crying talking about the 49ers.
Hey.
You crying talking about the 49ers.
Hey, mute yourself, man.
I can't.
Who is
You
this?
keep saying you don't want to talk about it. You keep saying you don't want to talk about it.
You got to comment. You got to comment on the show, man. Let that go and go into the comments, man.
Yeah, because I'm tired of killing you on these Cowboys. If we're going to talk about them, let's talk about them. If we're not going to talk about them, let's not talk about them. Pep Hamilton will be a good
Travis says Pep Hamilton would be a good fit for the Jets' upcoming and work wonders for the Chargers QB. That's a valid point. That's a valid point. But you got to have something more than what you've done for the Chargers quarterback. You got to be a special type of individuals to even want to take that Jets job. I mean, the culture, the atmosphere, everything up there is just foul. It's just foul. So if it was me, the thing about it is, and what I would try to tell you, I know we have the where we're trying to hire more African Americans for these jobs, and you're doing the Rooney Rule to get you in for an interview. But you know what? Some jobs just ain't worth going after. Because if I'm trying to be a long-term coach and all that type of stuff and trying to do good and think my philosophy is going to sit up there and work, are you going to let me finish?
That's what I was corroborating what you were saying. I said, you ain't going to the Jets.
No, I wouldn't go to the Jets. No. And you nobody would sit up there and go to the Jets. So that's my point. So why go just for the sense of saying, oh, I was an NFL coach or I was the first black coach over here when your ass might not make it a year?
Well, I mean,
I know the opportunities are few and far between. I get that. But
right.
what I'm saying is if you got multiple positions, don't go get a job just to be getting a job. You know the old saying, all money ain't good money. All money ain't good money.
Yeah, but it ain't nothing like getting that coaching experience too, though. I feel what you're saying, but sometimes, I mean, it's like if you ain't gonna get that opportunity nowhere else, then sometimes you just gotta say, hey, I'm gonna go for it, and hey, you never know. If you the right one, you might can turn that situation around. It's
but history shows you that's not a high percentage. So would I want to take myself and my family through a situation where I'm 1-15, locker room is in turmoil, and I got to look over my back wondering if I'm gonna have a job the next morning? Yeah. That's not a good situation.
If you're a good coach, and you're a good person,
you gotta have good personnel. You gotta have all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that's all part of it. But like I said, man, it's none like that experience of at least being there. So hey, and then you can always say, well, hey, it didn't work out with the Jets, but hey, that's the Jets. What'd you expect? That was the best I did the best I could do with what I had, and go from there. But it's like you can tell when a person is a good coach or not, and it's the organization and all of that. Because if you ain't bringing in the right pieces, and it's just like with the Clippers. The Clippers was garbage all them years because it wasn't because of the coaching or the players. It was because of management. So you just have to look at it like, hey, this is an opportunity. I'm gonna take the opportunity, and you have to make the most of it. But I understand what you're saying. You almost like, I'm doing this. I know this ain't gonna work out, but hey, you still got to do it. You still got to do it. I mean, at some point, something gotta change. And my thing with that, I'm gonna let you get to your point. My thing with that is, and I don't necessarily mean like every time a job opening comes, it should be a black coach to get it. I'm of the mindset that it's equality. I don't care if it's a white coach or a black coach, as long as it's the right choice, the best choice. If the white coach beat out the black coach, hey, so be it. But the thing that I hate about the NFL, you see all these retread coaches, these coaches that's been in 2 and 3 different places and ain't succeeded nowhere, didn't succeed in college, and then they constantly getting chances when you got other black coaches that don't even get that opportunity. That's the bad part about it.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah, so it's just and you know how it's been. You know how it's been, Terry, all through history. The black guy, let's just be honest right quick. The black guy had to take the bottom of the barrel stuff and work his way up. That's just how it's been.
No, I get it. I get it. And like I said, I'm not trying to discourage nobody not to take a job and all that. I'm just speaking for me. I wouldn't want to put myself in there. If I know that an organization is in turmoil, and if I decided to take that job, some of the elements that are there are going to continue to still be there, or I have a lot of problem players that management has not decided to move forward from and stay there. I just don't feel like that would be a good position for me to go into.
Right. But you know how it be. Sometimes them guys, they've been offense coordinator, defense coordinator, or whatever for so long, and they just, the opportunity coming, whether it's good or bad, they just feel like they just, I've been an OC for 17, 18 years. So, I mean, at what point is that perfect job going to open for you? So, yeah. And you got to think, ain't no good teams on the list. Ain't no good teams got openings.
I don't know, man. I tell you what, I would take that Atlanta job. I would take that Atlanta job.
Yeah. Detroit always been a headache.
But you know what? But the thing about Detroit is that you ain't got to be a total winner over there. You can sit up there and go, 9-7, 10-6, man. And
they'll be happy.
They'll put you. They'll do parades for you every year.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Now let's take that back. Because Jim Caldwell was 9-7 and they let him go.
Well, there was a damn. You're right. But there was a damn fool for that. But I bet you if they can get him back, they would.
Do you think he would come back? I mean, has that ever been done before?
No, I'm hearing rumors that he's in talks for one of them openings that's going on right now.
Detroit wouldn't bring him back though. That'd be
no. Detroit would bring him back.
That'd be like admitting we was wrong.
But Jim Caldwell deserves to be a coach in this league, and I think he will have one of those 6 openings before 2021 starts.
Jim Caldwell, I know the.
He's a Tony Dungy descendant, man, so he knows the game. He knows the game.
Houston would be the perfect team for him.
Yep, Houston. He could do Houston.
Get the defense back right. Get Deshaun Watson in line. Yeah, Houston would be the perfect team.
I think he can do that. And if I was Romeo Cornell, who's the interim coach right now, I would stay on as the defense coordinator because Romeo let him just concentrate on just getting the defense back up to par.
That would be perfect. And you hate to demote Romeo again, but I think that would be perfect.
Well, Romeo got to understand too. Shit. Yeah, he became the interim, and he ain't did nothing with his opportunities and all that type of stuff, and his expertise is the defense. So,
Lumpkin, I'm gonna have to. I don't know about Marvin Lewis. Marvin Lewis is one of those guys I think is a great coordinator, but I don't know about a head coach.
He's a black version of Jason Garrett. Pat you on the back, great job. Now he ain't got no fire. He ain't got no disciplinary skills. You got people that constantly was cutting up under his watch. I agree with you. I think he's better off as a coordinator and a motivator, that type of thing like that. But as far as a disciplinarian, you got to be a disciplinarian if you're going to go over and take over an organization. Right. Now, you may have a different mindset than other people, but you still got to have that where, the players are fearful of the coach that if I don't have my shit together, hell, I might not even be on the team. I might get benched and all that. You need to have players with that stuff in the back of their head at all times.
See, Will, you know what? We don't went over our time, but before we sign off and all of that, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna uplift your spirit. I'm finna uplift your spirit.
Uplift my spirit. I told you, give me a minute.
I'm gonna give you a minute. I'm gonna give you a minute, but I just want to put this in before the end of the show. But because I just want
go ahead. Go. I know you took a long time to get it together. Go ahead.
I'm serious. This I'm serious. You're gonna like this. This we ran it over the weekend, so this I wanna. In the Clutch, Sports Talk and More podcast presents to you Real Talk. Now, you thought it was gonna be some. I told you. I don't know. I just wanted to shout out and let everybody know. You know, we got 3 shows. We got the Sports Talk show, which is the show we're doing right now. We got a Freak Over 40 show that we do on Fridays, and Terry has taken over the Saturday show. It's Real Talk with T. Will. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say that one because you don't need to see that yet. But yeah, we got 3 shows. And I just wanted to just let everybody know that Terry, you know, is the new host of the Saturday show. We kicked it off this past weekend. He did an outstanding job. And for everybody out there, I know there's some, you know, we kind of did something. We didn't fire Sharita. Let me just get that clear. We didn't fire Sharita. It was more of a demotion and a promotion for Terry. And it wasn't anything we was doing in a malicious manner. It was just something, it really just had to be done because we're a young show, young company, and Sharita already took how many PTO days, how many bereavement days have she had already?
Unbelievable.
I mean, so it wasn't a firing, it was a promotion. I mean, it's, you know, to me, it's working out better because I host this show. She hosts the Freak Over Friday show, and Terry hosts the Real Talk show on Saturday. So we all got our own individual show. So it kind of, to me, it kind of just evened everything out. So, you know, it's more pressure on Terry for the Saturday show. It's more pressure on her for the Friday show. So stop bashing us, stop emailing us, stop inboxing us, talking about how wrong we were for firing Sharita. We did not fire her. It was a demotion. And Terry was promoted. That's all it was. It wasn't any more than that. And I think she already knew it was coming anyway. She was taking too many damn days off. Now, Terry, the floor is yours before we close out.
Okay. I want to sit up there, and this is one of the topics I'm going to have on my future Saturday shows. It's going to be, I call it a sophisticated show with a splash of sarcasm. You know, people that know me, depending on who the guest's going to be on the show, hell, it may be a sophisticated form, or hell, you may not be talking about shit, and it may be sarcastic, and I get on your ass. It could be either way, but it's at the same time, it's Real Talk with T. Will. But a segment on the show that I'm going to have is what I call the Dumbass of the Day Award.
I'm sure I'm going to be on the first segment.
No, but you're going to be close. You got somebody that actually beat you out this week for the Dumbass of the Week. Dumbass of the Day. I'm sorry, Dumbass of the Day. But I would like to officially give the Dumbass of the Day to the Philadelphia Eagles head coach. And the reason why I want to give him the Dumbass of the Day is I am a Dallas Cowboy fan first and foremost, love him to my heart. But I also love the integrity of the game as far as the NFL or professional sports are concerned. And for what you did on Sunday night against the Redskins and how you handled that total situation and cost the New York Giants the opportunity to go to the playoffs. They did their part. They beat us. They beat us convincingly. They deserve to be there. And for you to sit up there and make the questionable moves that you did, not only having a 4th down and goal, and instead of taking the 3 points and tying it, you go for it, not get it, and then you bring in the backup quarterback who had 2 turnovers in his first 5 plays and literally cost the New York Giants a chance at a playoff spot. unheard of, unquestionable, very unprofessional. You deserve the dumbass of the day, and I promise you this. If you didn't hear Coach Judge with the Giants complaining about, what happened and all that, I promise you, if you make it through this offseason still being the coach of the Philadelphia Eagles, you're a marked man, especially in the NFC East. To me, you're already our most hated rival in the division to me. But we're going to up that up. So anytime I can get a chance to pour it in on you or run up the score or anything like that, boy, I sure hope we do it. Because that was a very classless move. I don't like nobody in the NFC East, but the Giants deserve to be in the playoffs if you guys would have did the right moral thing. So congratulations on the inaugural Dumbass of the Day award.
I'm gonna say this. I kind of agree with what you're saying, and I'm with Travis. It was bogus, and I know why they did it. They did it to move up 3 picks, and they did kind of. I mean, the integrity of the game was definitely hurt. I mean, it's just one of those situations. I mean, we know teams tank. We know that players don't tank, but we know teams tank. So my thing with him,
you don't tank in the middle of the ball game. You don't do it like that. Kansas City and Pittsburgh held off all of their players at the beginning of the game. They didn't play at all, so you knew what you're going to be working with. You do not sit up there and play a quarterback who's just taken over your team and let him play a half, and then you're talking about what you want to see with the third string on the very last half of the year. That's total hogwash and BS. That was a classless move, and I don't care what you or anybody else had to say about it. He was wrong, and the integrity of the game, I had a problem with it.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just looking from the other side of it. You move
Well,
up.
they need to do a better job of determining how these draft seats are going to go. Because if we keep having stuff like this or encouraging other teams to do stuff like this, it's going to be crazy.
Well, it's one of those things where you got to look at it and say, hey, we ain't going nowhere anyway. So. Travis said he mentioned he was going to get.
I can't tell what Travis said. Travis also said that he did say he's going to give his quarterback snaps early in the week, but it's when you giving them snaps. If you're down 24-0, then give him his damn snaps. You don't get right in the middle of a 17-17, potentially 17-17 ball game, and be competitive to go over to to change quarterbacks like that. You do that if the game is out of reach, and give him some playing time. Don't put him in a pressure situation against the Washington Redskins we talked about earlier with a stout defense and a chance to make the playoffs.
Well, I'm going to say this. The only team that was really hurt was the New York Giants. And the New York Giants, they did it to themselves because it was games early in the year that they could have won. I mean, they handled that last game.
That ain't the point.
It don't even matter. The NFC East or the NFC least, it don't matter. It don't matter. Right. If you just look at it, the best team in that division made it to the playoffs, and that's all that matters. So it don't even matter.
Okay, you say so.
That will come back to haunt Doug Peterson, I'm sure. So it don't matter. It's gonna come back. I mean, it karma has a way of coming back on people. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I got more integrity than to do stuff like that. But hey, I'm glad Dallas would have won, and then it would have happened. Oh, it would have been so much. Oh, it would have been more fire coming out of it than it is now.
You're damn right. But and vice versa. If it was the other team and the Cowboys, if the Cowboys would have did the same shit that Philadelphia did, I would have been pissed at them too. And I would have been asking for the coach's head too. I would have been everything that you see me doing now, I would have been doing the same thing for my team.
Well, you need to be asking for your coach's head now.
Man, look, I'm sick of Travis, man. Look, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you joining us on this version of Sports Talking More podcast. There was your host, D. Early. I'm your co-host, T. Will. What it do? Chime it out. See you next week.
We kept that energy, folks. If we ain't do nothing else, we kept that energy.
We was in the clutch.
We are back, bigger and better than ever. Be sure to check out In the Clutch Sports Talking More podcast, Tuesdays, 11 a.m. Central Time. And don't forget the other shows hosted by In the Clutch, Freaky Fridays, 7 p.m. Central Time on YouTube only. Also check us out on Saturdays, Open Topic Saturdays, 3 p.m. Central. Both shows hosted by Shownuff Sharif.